Well, hey, y'all. Happy Monday. Well, welcome back. So, I hope you had a happy Christmas if you do Christmas, and otherwise, I hope you had a nice little weekend, a little break off from the normal. So, first thing I want to do with you is I want to share with you three. I had a really abundant Christmas. I'm so grateful. We've got grown sons now, so that means more gifts because they've got a little bit of money to spend on gifts. So, you know what it's like when you're a parent, and for years and years you just don't get any presents. So, mom and dad got some gifts this year. So, first, I want to share three specific gifts that I got specific to the garden with you. So, let's go check those out and then we'll come back. The first super cool thing that I got from my husband and all my children, if you can see, is a 6x4 greenhouse. Now, this is going to be made out of plastic, so we'll have to talk more about this at a later time. And I got two more things. Second cool thing I got are these bamboo gardening gloves. I always used to get the dollar store gloves, and usually the sun would bake them, something would happen, they would deteriorate, they wouldn't last a season. So then I got some that were like $5 from Walmart, but the ones that I got from Walmart, they did okay up here, but this part right here has gotten so wide that anytime I wear them, dirt, debris, whatever gets down in the sleeve, so it gets my hand dirty anyway. I don't really like to wear gloves. I know that sounds weird. I like to work with my hands, but there's sometimes where I want a clean hand and I need to have a dirty hand. So that is something cool that I'm excited about, is to try out using these gloves this year when I have the necessity for them. Now, the third cool thing here that I got is a potato bag. Now, this is probably a foot taller than the grow bags that I generally use. And then here on the front, I don't know if I can do it one-handed, but they've got a little harvest flap here that you can just undo and harvest from the bottom. So when I go to plant in these, what I'm going to be doing is I'm only going to start with soil to like right here. And then as the potato grows, I'm going to add soil, add soil, add soil. And that's kind of a way to mimic the hilling effect of making a hill for potatoes. And then we can grow potatoes here in this bag and be happy. So I got two potato bags. I got this one and I got this green one. So I'm super stoked because I was fully prepared to kind of make my own out of some bags that I had. But this is one of my third really cool gardening gifts that I got for Christmas. Okay, so I hope you think that was cool. I'm not affiliated with any of those products. I just like to share stuff that I get in case you're interested or give a care. Okay, so more important than anything, and I hope you got something to scribble with or maybe give this a couple of listens to, but I wanted to start kind of chatting with you about getting ready for this year's garden. And if you're new to Arizona, that might seem crazy because we just barely got into winter like 2 weeks ago. But if you've lived here a minute, you know that really and truly the bulk of our winter is going to take place in January. And so I'm going to talk to you today. I want to talk about the weather. I want to talk about planning for that weather, and I want to talk about some things for you to get prepped and going in January. And then lastly, I want to talk about the seed swap, because that is been something that we've been chatting about for a minute, and in order for us to get it going and actually get that done, we need to get going on it. So let's and I might have to look down at my list a little bit because I've got so much that I'm excited to chat with you about. With thinking about my potato planters that I just showed you inside, if you want to do potatoes, kind of now in the month of January is when you want to get your potatoes going. for potato season. And January is also the big month for planning. So this is a good time to reflect on what didn't work last year, what kind of caught you by surprise, things that you felt like you needed, that those mental notes that you kept making all summer long, like I need to do this different, I should have done this. Those are all the things that I want you to think about here in this next week, so that they can become a part of your planning in January. So like, for example, if you didn't really have shade cloth last summer, now between now and March, now you're not going to need it till it gets to 90 degrees, but between now and March would be a good time to pick up that shade cloth. You're going to keep yourself out of like the, oh my goodness, now I need to do this kind of crowd. You're also going to probably get it at a lower price, because when it's in season, it seems like the price kind of keeps going up and up. So that's an example of something that kind of may have caught you unaware last summer, that you want to put on your list of things to be aware of this year. And another thing that may have caught you unaware is that our real planting time for our gardens in Arizona is like February 15th. So now as I get into, I think that's all I've got to talk about as far as February. The other thing I'll say is anything in the nightshade family, from tomatoes to peppers to tomatillas, we need to get, if you want to do those by seed, we need to get those going ASAP. So I'll be honest with you, I'm behind. I got really caught up in all my gift giving and gift wrapping and gift doing there at the end of December, that I didn't get a lot of these gardening chores done. But I'm excited because, it's easy to get real lackadaisical about your fall and winter garden, because it just kind of does its own thing. So that's kind of the time that we get to take a little break. And I've felt lazy about my garden, so I'm excited to have a lot of chores to do now to keep me going. So as we think about the weather, like tonight and today, you can kind of tell it's crazy windy. We're getting in some weather coming off of the Pacific, and what that's going to spell for us is a little bit of maybe a chance of rain. Northern Arizona is going to get some snow. By Tuesday evening, Wednesday, it's going to move out, but it's going to leave behind really crazy cold temperatures. So from Tuesday to Friday, overnight, we're definitely going to see a lot of 30-degree temperatures. And by Friday, New Year's Day, it's going to be pretty chilly in the garden. So if you've been kind of playing the little dance with frost cloth, you might really want to get it out this week if you don't want to lose some stuff that you've been trying to keep going. Like I said, kind of January is going to be our month of those keep dipping into the 30 degrees, mostly 60-degree temperatures over the course of the month. But by Valentine's Day, you got to realize that we're going to be back in kind of the 70s. We're going to be in the 70s consistently from then on out. And right now, the forecast isn't showing any more cold days or cold mornings. And when I say that, I mean like frost, freezing. So it looks like we're going to be good to go with that February 15th planning. And I think that probably has to do with kind of the warmer, drier winter that we're experiencing here. So we definitely want to be thinking about, in terms of our planning, February 1st to the 15th really needs to be the time that we do a lot of cleanup in our garden, getting our beds, getting our containers, getting our whatever you grow in, getting that ready for your spring planting that should be starting around the 15th. So that's a great time to be planning to have some extra compost around, have some castings around, have some different things to top off your bed, to replenish your beds, maybe add some new mulches. What kind of treatments are your beds going to need to get them revved up and ready for that spring planting? So think about that in your January planning to get that ready at the 1st of September. Now, once we get into September, that gets us thinking about how we need to get going on our seed swap. So
my thought process is around January 1, I'm really going to start being more active on that Facebook page, kind of reminding you that we want to get an awareness of how many people want to participate. So, right now, just with a simple mindset, I'm going to say, let's be hopeful for 30 people to participate, because if we have a number in mind, that helps us begin to also be able to prepare for that. So what I'd like to see happen between January 1st and January 15th is learning who wants to participate. So if we get more than 30, I'm okay with that. But if we set the benchmark minimum at 30, then like I said, that lets people like me and you know that we need to be getting ready to prepare at least 30 packets of seeds. Now, most seeds, especially bigger ones, and even tomato seeds, you're talking about maybe 3 to 5 seeds, so you don't have to think about putting grams worth of seeds in your sharing swap here. Okay, so we're going to start with a minimum of 30, and I'd like to know from everybody by January 15th. So you can message me on Facebook, you can comment right there in the actual feed on Facebook. I'd like to keep that information on Facebook so I can be able to track it and keep up with it. So when you tell me that you want to participate, I also would like you to tell me that you want to pick up or that you want your seeds mailed to you. I'd really, really, really prefer to do all local pickup. If you're outside of Arizona, I'm willing to work for you because I want everybody to have seeds. I want everybody to have fun. But I'd really like to do a local pickup. So I'm shooting for doing a local pickup on February 6th. That Saturday. I don't think they'll really care, but I'm still probably going to touch base because I'd like to meet up with you at Summer Winds over here in Glendale. And then we could have a couple of pickup windows. I come down and you come down during that window and you get your packet of seeds. And like I said, if I'm just way too far away from you, then let's make arrangements beforehand to mail to you. We'll figure out what your postage is. You can send me some money for postage, and then we can get you participated in our seed swap. So again, I'll kind of keep reminding you of this as we get closer. But like I said, between January 1 and January 15th, I'd like to get confirmations on who wants to participate, if you're able to do a pickup, or if you want to do have your package mailed to you. And also, I'll be posting a address by then that you can start sending your seeds to, because if you start with the minimum and start planning, then by the 15th, you should be ready to start sending seeds out to me, which will help me get prepared. So before I get blown away in this weather that we have coming into us, I'm going to sign off. I hope that you are setting some awesome intentions for a different sort of year. I know I've seen some great memes out there that talk about, instead of calling 2021 our year and making a bunch of comments about how 2021 is going to be so awesome, that we're just going to tiptoe into 2021 and hope that it's different. So but do set some intentions, because the world is going to keep spinning around, and it's always going to have its chaos, its joys, its dilemmas, and all of its love. But for yourself and for me, our personal intentions are really the thing that make a difference in our life. So let's get planning for our garden. Let's get setting some awesome intentions for a different year, and get over to Facebook this weekend and start letting me know if you are going to for sure participate in the seed swap. And until then, I hope you have the best day ever. I hope you have a wonderful New Year's Eve, and I hope that your intentions for a different year are wonderful and full of positivity. Have the best day ever.